professors, certain students who engaged in wrongthink. We can put the latest images up on the screen here of a Columbia student who has gone out. This is D1, guys, that we can put up on the screen. This is a Columbia student who they arrested during a visit to the immigration office in Vermont. He's a Palestinian. His name is Mosa Madawi. There's
Mosa Madawi, that is his name. And guess what? He's not even, not that religion matters. It's not even, he's a Buddhist, right? And he was actually on 60 Minutes speaking against what's happening in Palestine, but also speaking strongly against anti-Semitism. And they told this man, hey, let's finalize your citizenship. Oh, whoopsies, let's put you in a car and deport you because you are against genocide. Do you understand that there is no way that you can speak against what's going on in Gaza without being against the state, right? Like y'all are aware of that, right? Anyway, this is Krystal Ball and Dave Smith talking about this. Now, to be honest, to be fair, Dave Smith, he's going to do his thing. He's going to rip Trump, a new one and everything. And Krystal, she's really good at what she does, too. The problem is with me is that I'm at the point where, I'm not nuancing this kind of stuff, bro. There's all kinds of things coming down the pike. And I just feel like this is not a nuanced conversation. We need to understand that there is a fifth column of Zionist Jews who work for Israel in his country. And that's just a fact. And that's why things like this can happen. This guy, again, a nice guy, he's fighting against anti-Semitism and still gets supported because he doesn't love the bombs that's dropped on his people. Okay, let's go.
A picture of him, and they throw around these words like, oh, they're supporting terrorists or they're terrorist alliance, etc. I just want people to take a listen to this individual and the way that he personally spoke when he was interviewed by 60 Minutes about October 7th, about Israel, about Jewish people. Just take a listen to the way that he spoke and the way that they are demonizing student protesters such as himself. Listen to this.
What was your initial reaction when you heard about the Hamas attack on October 7th?
I could not believe what my eyes were seeing, where I see Hamas members getting into settlements and so on. But also the first moment I saw that, I put my hand on my heart. And I started praying, knowing that there will be a huge level of revenge from the Israelis. And I was praying that this will not be the result, because it would be disastrous.
The night of the rally, I believe someone in the crowd said something very anti-Jewish, not just anti-Israeli, but anti-Jewish.
Yes, this was as a walkout on November 9th. And a person who is not affiliated with Colombia, we've never seen him, we don't know who is this guy, comes down the stairs yelling, "Death to Jews." I was shocked, and I walked directly to the person and I told him, "You don't represent us because this is not something that we agree with." And directly what I've done, I took the megaphone and I gave a speech and I said, "We here are conscious, educated students, and we know how to separate right from wrong. And what this guy has said is wrong. What this guy has said is clearly anti-Semitic against Jews."
Anti-Semitic.
To be anti-Semitic is unjust.
Okay, so the only reason why, and I'm kind of, I let it go on, but I got to be careful because the thing about copyright is, and I think I'm already at that point, you know what I mean? So let's just go ahead and hear them break it down. But do you see what I'm saying? And he's still a threat, right? I'm not here to radicalize anybody. I want to be very clear. Oh, by the way, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Please, please, please. Thank you to everybody who's watching these videos. It's in your face. So you sitting here and you're like, nah, man, so what this is like, oh, well, he's not, this label anti-Sem, but he's against a foreign country, or excuse me, I don't call it a country. He's against a foreign, establishment, and he's effectively got to be deported. What is our country turning into? I don't know.
Who was disappeared. We also had the video of these masked officers, 5 or 6 of them, coming and taking her because she wrote a student newspaper op-ed. I mean, what do you make of this direction and what it means not just for these students, but Dave, for all of us?
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that guy sounds like a terrorist to me, right? I mean, it's all just so ridiculous. And I have not seen that before, and that was like exactly what you'd want someone to say. I don't know, sounded perfect to me. I think it's, okay, I'm not like trying to
feel like he doesn't represent correctly, bro. I'm sorry. Like, don't even make a joke about it, man. Like even me, I just represented a lot better in 2 seconds more than he just did. It's ridiculous. No, it's not. It's not just ridiculous. It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
like, go down a conspiracy rabbit hole or something like this. Like, I don't know. I'm just speculating. But I do know, as we all know, I mean, there were so many attempts made in Donald Trump's first term to undermine him, like by his own government, framing him as a Russian spy, for God's sakes. And it does just seem to me that if you wanted to undermine mass deportations, like if you wanted, you couldn't go about it in a better way than what the Trump administration is doing. By the way, mass deportations are not happening.
Yes.
Right. But if if you're, so let's say you're an immigration restrictionist, which I am, and you think that Biden's, immigration policy was like suicidal and insane, and you were you finally won the day. It is unbelievable how far to the right the American population has been moved under the Joe Biden administration. I mean, mass supermajorities of the American people support mass deportations. Donald Trump, it is his signature issue. He won every swing state and won the popular vote. You've won the day. And so then you're like, okay, well, how do we go about doing it? Because obviously this is a very tricky thing that you want to get right. So let's wade into the most controversial issue and start deporting legal residents for having the wrong opinion on an issue where the majority of Americans are with. I mean, it's insane. And so that's just from the perspective of even being pro-mass deportation, but just then from the perspective of just being a human being. Yeah. I mean, it's like, okay, yeah, if people entered your country illegally, they don't have a right to be here. There probably should be some type of order of, operation, is some hierarchy of who should go first, and we would probably.
Let me just stop this because this is a very disrespectful thing that Dave Smith is doing to you guys. He took a very serious situation that can affect all of us, like Krystal Ball left him. When she left the ball in his court, she said it, how this can affect us all. And he turned it into a story about mass deportations, which, aren't happening. This is not the discussion here. You know what the discussion is? The Patriot Act is being used for Israel. He can't say that anymore. Huh. Fascinating. Let me see if Krystal maybe calls him out on it. I feel like he needs to be called out on this position that he just took. Let's see.
The other things that he ran on that, a more sort of rigorous and law-abiding, constitutionally compliant deportation process. I mean, but he did run on. He said multiple times he was using Palestinian as a slur. He said multiple times he wanted to deport pro-Palestine protesters, that he wanted to kick them out of the country. We covered Bekele being here and the Alien Enemies Act and how they've shipped 90% of the people that they sent to this, notorious prison in El Salvador had no criminal records whatsoever. He ran on the Alien Enemies Act. So, what would you say to people such as myself as others to say, like, he did say he was going to do this stuff, and he is very proud about doing it, too. There's no, like, oh, this person screwed up. No, he's out there owning it, saying, hey, the U.S. citizens, they're going to Bekele next.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say you're right. I don't know, but, I don't really have a counter to that. I mean, the thing about Donald Trump is that he's always on every side of every issue. And so you just never really know what he's right. It's always like, end the wars and America first.
Dave Smith is a joke. So Dave Smith is a joke. We are going to discuss that Bucali situation, the El Salvador prisons that are coming for all of us. Dave Smith is an absolute joke. Wow. There's nothing nuanced about what's happening here. Anybody who's serious about this conversation, they will tell you that when the Patriot Act was first constructed and created in all its beauty, it was used on Muslims, and they turn around and they used it on January 6ers. You only need that example one time. But unfortunately, people need to see it more. People don't get it, okay? This is a state operation going on right now. And Dave Smith wants to be libertarian about it. Okay.